Last week was all about sunshine and getting warmer every day. Today is a far more realistic day in spring in Maine.
It is.
Nice, really good.
This stretch, though, it lifted our spirits quite a bit, I feel like. Like people are like, okay, I'm confidently doing outdoor stuff.
I can take my snow tires off.
Yeah, it's like the little things like that. We talked about how I got some pushback because I removed my ice scraper, and people are like, why do you ever do it? Which is a weird stance.
Well, if it's in the back of the car, you don't want it knocking around.
I don't like things
And
clanging around.
I also like not having it there if I don't have to.
It's a mental thing. That's what I think. I don't need to be looking at that this time of the year. And yeah, all these things we overcame over the last week or so, and then we kind of went back to earth today in the 60s, some 70s back into New Hampshire where we saw more sun. Now we have some severe storms, a bunch of severe storms to our west, coming through Albany really quickly into Worcester, Massachusetts. And you notice this watch box, which is issued by the National Weather Service, has been expanded up to Wakefield, New Hampshire, right up to North Conway as well. Now, these storms here, the question is, can they hold together? Typically, with a marine air mass like this, they'll probably have a hard time getting into southern Maine as severe storms. But in Oxford County, there's a possibility a few of those will slip through, and the models are showing that. Those storms slipping into Oxford County later this evening, and then they kind of die out over southern coastal Maine. Maybe a rumble of thunder there, but I just think it's hard to get severe weather in when you start the day fogged in and we're in the 60s. The rest of us will be cloudy with some fog coming back on shore. And then we start with some clouds tomorrow morning, especially over northern Maine and down east Maine. But then we clear out, and I actually think tomorrow afternoon is quite nice. Right around 70 degrees. Air mass is totally different. Much drier, crisp, really. Only detriment tomorrow will be some gusty winds coming out of the west-northwest. It'll be pretty breezy. And then Wednesday looks good too. We'll call it mostly sunny, and temperatures are in the mid-60s, so back to reality, if not a little bit below average for this time of the year. So the week overall looks pretty good. We do have a couple of showers coming in again on Thursday night. Those will come through in the evening and to overnight hours, and then Friday looks like a mixture of sun and clouds. The real question, though, is can we be hot again this weekend? And I think that we can. This ridge is pretty strong. So the question, once again, will just be, can the coast get in on it? But I think inland, it's very likely that we'll be hot again this weekend. So I called it, see, this is typical. It's terrible to follow me on social media because I only speak weenie and no one knows what I'm talking about. So I posted like playing this weekend, Return of the Ridge Strikes Back. And like 5 people got it and everyone else is, what does it mean? Well, it means that I think it's going to be hot again this weekend, and we could see some 90s again away from the coastline.
Since it's too early to put a number on it, a solid number, you play around with the name.
Right, yes, and sometimes I forget how engrossed in weather nerdness I am, so I just need to...
We never forget.
I know you
Thank
never
you.
do, yeah.
Embrace it.